Hey guys, so today's video is a mini tea full of little things happening on mainly YouTube. So here's my Instagram, here's my TikTok and my puppy's Instagram. Also subscribe and hit that bell because YouTube has been unsubscribing people and, you know, not sending out notifications if you click certain things. So make sure it's on all rather than personalized, and just make sure you still are subscribed if you used to be and you still want to be. Also like and comment for engagements. That really helps to push the video out, and whenever I mention it, my engagement skyrockets. So let's try and get as many comments and likes as possible. It's a little challenge for you guys. So let's get into it. The first story we have for today is Jojo Siwa. So Jojo Siwa, you know who she is. She's 17. She's going to be turning 18. And there's a rapper called DaBaby. DaBaby? Why can't I pronounce that? Why does it sound so weird? Like it's not. Anyway, DaBaby. And he made a song where he says something, "You a Jojo Siwa." That's the lyric. Now, important point is his name is Jonathan, like original name, and then Siwa sounds like CY. So what he's saying is, "You a Jojo CY." That's supposed to be the wordplay, allegedly. You know, before all of this came out and people were saying this is wordplay, like explaining what the lyrics mean. And to that, James Charles responded on Twitter saying, "Can someone please explain why DaBaby is dissing Jojo Siwa when she's 12 years younger, 10 times richer, and 2 inches taller than him?" Then someone responds and says, "Stay out black people business, love. We got this one." And James Charles responds saying, "A grown man is dissing a teenage girl for literally no reason. This has nothing to do with race." And then Manny Miwe actually responds to James Charles and says, "I'm wondering the same thing." And Nikita said, "DaBaby, don't play with my girl Jojo Siwa. Put some respect on her name, little boy." To which a lot of people had an issue with her use of the word boy. And Tana Mojo said, "Imagine honestly being DaBaby and dissing Jojo Siwa. Get a life." And then DaBaby basically is just like explaining the thing on Twitter. He says, "I love Twitter, bro. I see why I'm not like the rest of you," obviously playing on the word again. And then he says, "At Jojo Siwa, my 3-year-old princess is your #1 fan. I bought her every product you have out. She thinks she's you. Don't let them trick you into thinking I'd ever have a problem with you. My wordplay just went over their heads. All love on my end. Keep shining." And then someone says, "Bae, I don't see why they so mad at you." And he says, "I don't see why they so mad either, bae." And that was the whole situation. I don't know what you guys think. Do you think James should have got involved? Shouldn't have? I know he's friends with Jojo Siwa, so maybe that's why he got involved. A lot of people had an issue with it. Some people thought it's perfectly fine for him to defend Jojo, so that's where we're at with that story for today. Next, Hailey Fam has been called out for her kind of insensitive IG captions. So if you guys don't know, Texas right now is going through like a really rough weather patch where things like they literally just have snow and ice, and that never really happens in Texas. People are laughing because one politician said that he'll believe in climate change once Texas freezes over, and like here we are. Speaks volumes. You know, people have no electricity, people have no gas, people have no lights, anything in their house. So it's obviously been a really rough time for people. I've seen a lot of people talk about it on Twitter and just basically saying how it's, you know, hard because they can't leave the house to go get groceries, they're missing food, they're missing water. So yeah, it's just a really rough time right now. And Hailey Fam has been captioning her Instagram pictures with stuff like Texans like reacting to the snow is so wholesome, and people are having a go at her because they're like, I don't think it's wholesome that people are without water and electricity for multiple days at a time. So people are just having a go at her. I'm guessing, I think she's from Texas and then she moved to LA. So people obviously just like, it's so insensitive for you to like not be going through this, and basically just like poking fun at our situation right now. So they're kind of angry at that, which is understandable. She still hasn't addressed the whole marriage thing, and I went on her TikTok account and a lot of people are leaving comments basically defending her, saying that she doesn't have to explain herself, that she's spoken about this marriage for a long time, she doesn't have to like tell people that she's married. But at the same time, when you make a whole series around marriage and you secretly get married in the middle of a pandemic, I think that's something that you bring up to your fans, but you obviously won't because pandemic, people are going to get angry at you. Next thing, do you guys remember when Tana Mojo basically fired Jordan, her manager? Like, Jordan was a huge part of the MTV show and he's a huge part of her life, well, was. And then at some point they just stopped interacting with each other, they unfollowed each other, and then she signed with a whole different management. People were wondering, well, one, what happened? People were making a bunch of rumors up about, you know, what's happening between them, that kind of a thing. She never really addressed it, he never addressed it, and people are wondering, are all of her other friends still under his management? And recently Ashley Schwann actually filmed a Q&A where someone asks her if she's still under Jordan's management, and she says that she still is. So how much could he have really wronged Tana for her friend to still willingly be working with him? I think maybe she just found a better deal somewhere else and there was no bad blood, I'm hoping, maybe. But yeah, it just seems like there wasn't really anything bad that happened. Otherwise, Ashley probably would have just moved to a different management as well, unless she contractually just could not move. Then that's a whole different situation. But yeah, she's still working with Jordan, and I'm just wondering what went down. Next, Tana Mojo, referring to Tana Mojo. I spoke about this a few videos ago, where she flew to Miami in a private jet, which, yeah, private jet, you're not going to be spreading the virus to other people on the plane, but once you land in Miami, you're obviously going to see other people. And I was like, oh, I wonder what she's there for. She's there for a party on a boat. So she hasn't really been posting about it because she knows she's in trouble if she talks about her partying and showing it to people. But she's been tagged in a lot of Instagram stories of the party, and then she was reposting. So basically there was a girl that posted about the party, right, with Tana and other people, and then Tana reposted that picture on her Instagram story, basically just insinuating that she was at that party. So not only are you partying in LA, you're also then traveling to Miami and spreading that virus to people across 2 states. Really, that's what we're doing right now. We're spreading it across 2 states. You're creating a virus tunnel between LA and Miami, just single-handedly spreading it back and forth. Really, that's what we're doing right now. It didn't even look fun. The party didn't even look fun. You're doing all of this for what? Jeffree Star. Okay, so if you guys don't know, I'm going to recap very, very quickly. Jeffree Star was very mean to Trisha Paytas, even though they were apparently friends, and she was defending him a lot. And then we all happened to find out that Shane Dawson was also being mean to her behind the scenes and pretending to be her friend, but that is besides the point right now. And then Hair by Jay, who works for Jeffree as one of his hair people, then went on Instagram Live to basically expose that Jeffree Star has been talking badly about Trisha Paytas behind her back and to her face. And then it all went downhill from there. We all know what happened, right? So Jeffree Star posted a series of tweets basically saying that he holds himself accountable and that good morning to everyone but the hair guy that he fired, right? We remember those 2 iconic tweets. So tell me why Hair by Jay is still doing Jeffree Star's hair. We already spoke about him doing it once, right, with the mint wig, but everyone's like, oh my god, maybe he filmed this like before he fired Hair by Jay. Like maybe the mint wig was a while ago. Yeah, no, they're working again, and we know this because he did the hair, and then Jeffree posted on Instagram stories with that hair. So Instagram stories is like, you know, this happened now, you're posting it right this second because you filmed it right this second. It's not pre-filmed. Anyway, that's really interesting how he just continues to lie to his fans and they eat it up. You all just eat it up. Eat up all the lies. It's incredible. It's incredible how this man just spews lies all the time. He's releasing a new collection. So remember when he released the red palette called Blood Sugar? Yeah, we remember that. He's now releasing a mini version of that palette. It's essentially got all the same shades except for I think 2. And people are saying it's just a big cash grab. Like he's running out of ideas. I said this a few videos ago. I'm always so proud of myself when something happens and I'm like, I said this already. His whole spiel with his brand is making monochromatic palettes. Right, and like Colourpop's been doing that for a while, but they actually do other things as well. His whole thing is monochromatic palettes. At some point you run out of shades. At some point there are no more shades to make a monochromatic palette out of. He's done red, blue, green, purple, grey, bunch of shades. So now he's just making mini versions of the palettes that he already has, except just putting the same shades in the 9 pan. Couldn't he have made like an extension of that palette? Like, oh, here's the big palette, here's a small palette. If you just want the small palette, great, but if you already have the big one, you can have like an extension of it. No, he's just like, oh, slap some shades in there, make 2 different, yeah, just whatever, call it a day. Like every time I say, oh, do these people have any point of like uploading? Yes, because both Shane and Jeffree still have 20 million subscribers. And yes, they are losing about 100,000 to 200,000 every month. But what's that for them? Nothing. They still have probably 5 to 10 million fans, out of which maybe 2 to 5 are loyal. Jeffree's still going to be selling out to some extent, kind of. He's still going to get 1 million to 2 million views on just an average video, and he's going to get a bunch more views when something big happens yet again. I just think that's the way it is. That's the way it's going to be. Let's move on from this topic. Bryce Hall. So I recently spoke about the fact that Hollywood Fix caught Addison Rae looking at engagement rings. That was a thing. And I said to her, you're a bit young, lady. Hold up. You're a little bit young. I hope she listened to me. Yes, she listened to me. She watched my video and she listened to me. I can vouch for that. So anyway, that happened. And then Bryce Hall actually posts a video about him getting married. Very interesting. He's not getting married to Addison Rae. He went to Vegas and got married to one of his friends. Let me just spoil the video for you guys. He got married in Vegas to one of his friends. The last one is, I was scrolling through TikTok on my For You page, and plastic surgeon, cosmetic procedure person posted a TikTok, and I did not mean for this to be tea. I was literally just minding my own business on TikTok, and he was talking about all the procedures that he does for people, you know, lips, noses, all sorts of things. And he goes, well, I have all these like famous clients, and he puts up pictures of different famous clients, and guess who one of those famous clients is? Madison Beer. The same girl who claims that she's never had anything done. Well, first she would say, I've never had anything done. And then she said, I got my lips done and I had them dissolved. And so she's sticking with just lips, nothing else. And she got them dissolved. Those don't look like dissolved lips to me. Not like I'm a professional or anything, but those don't look like dissolved lips to me. But that's fine, besides the point, even if they're dissolved. And then I went into the comment section, everyone was like, oh my god, did he just expose Madison Beer for getting cosmetic procedures and not telling people that she's getting cosmetic procedures? The thing is, people have very varying opinions about disclosing that you've had procedures done. So some people are saying if you have like a young audience and you get something done, you should tell people that that is something that you've had done. Now, some people are on the other side of things saying it's your business, you don't have to tell people what you've had done. I swing somewhere in the middle where you don't have to outright say, oh, I've had this thing done. But if your fans are asking you, oh my god, how's your nose so perfect? And you've had your nose done, I think you should say, oh, I've had my nose done, as to not spread unrealistic standards of beauty. Madison, to me, personally looks like someone that's had a few cosmetic procedures done. There was also that picture, right, coming out of like a plastic surgeon, cosmetic beauty place, and she hid behind a bush when she realized paparazzi were taking pictures of her. And then she went on Twitter and claimed that she was just getting like something very trivial done, like waxing or something. But it's like, if you were getting something so trivial done that you don't feel guilty about, why were you hiding behind a bush? I'm very torn on that. I think she has the right to change whatever she wants to change. I want to get my lips done, I would not mind. But it's like, also if someone asks me, have you had your lips done? I'm not going to sit there and be like, no, all natural. I've never had anything done before, because I think that's just mean. Because it sets unrealistic standards. So if you have stuff done and people ask you, oh my god, what have you had done? You look amazing. Then you just say, I've had this and this and this done. Because as an influencer, you're influencing people into believing that that is normal and natural. That is not part of puberty. That is just not part of puberty. I'm sorry. It's just not. It's part of being rich. So I can't for sure say she's had things done, but this cosmetic person kind of exposed her. Put her on a screen and everything. So yeah. So I don't know, you guys tell me what you think about that one. And also, where do you sit on the scale of like, should people have to say? Should people not have to say? Where do you sit on that? And yeah, let me know anything else you want to let me know in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell. Any links will be in the description, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.